I have some notes. We were able to finish securing Ringstead Skelly. The plan of putting some more forge to operate the lighthouse there as soon as we have them. And then we went west and found one of the weirdest caves we've ever been in.
It's about right. Given that it came out of about 5 minutes of prep time, I'm very proud. Um, yeah, that about sums it up. So yeah, you went to Ringstead Scary. You met a couple of other guys who I think you wanted to have join you.
I know we offered. I don't remember if they took it or not.
They would have taken it. You have a couple fresh new sailing recruits. Um, so yeah, Sadok Nova, the monster heart, um, that was making Ringstead Scary a vampiric terrain. Um, Bauer's 13 years younger, several years younger. You went to a cave in which darkness is light, and light casts darkness. So that was interesting. And you ran into a bunch of weird painted things. We left
Creepy
off.
ass paintings.
Sorry?
Saying creepy ass paintings.
that we did
Yes.
not put our butts on.
No, as far as I remember, putting butts on the paintings was never on the table.
I didn't think we talked about that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
Which is kind of surprising now that I think about it.
Yeah, it really is now that somebody brings it up. But yeah, nobody even talked about putting their butts on paintings. To be fair, the paintings were a bowl that was on fire, some axes that, like, wanted to kill you, and a painting of a woman that keeps being really creepy.
To be fair, none of us were drinking heavily, so.
No, that's true. We're all far too sober during these games. Unless I'm just speaking for myself there.
If only.
Alright, yeah. So we left off with you guys. There is a painting blocking the way towards another door. There is also a planar portal that goes somewhere on the island. It's short range teleportation. And you just went into a room in which you found a bunch of paintings involving the same bunch of people, one of whom you recognize as that weird half-elf who showed up on the Visherad one day and gave Sadok a coin. And Bauer found another one of the same kind of coin. Have I missed anything?
I think that covers it.
Cannot tell you.
Yes, you didn't show up till the end.
Sorry.
Alright. Yeah, I think that's everything. So, you are all in the dungeon. The painting of the flaming bull is still following Cristona around because she was very nice to it. And you found this stash of paintings.
Anywhere else here to look?
Well, we got this stairway here. Oh, no, we went to that was the creepy painting room. I should probably be more specific than that, but it's one of the creepy painting rooms. And then
There
there's
was
the
also-
portal, and then there's a doorway beyond the portal. So, yeah, 3 options.
So then, do we wish to leave this place or stay longer? Because portal.
There's the slight possibility that the portal's one way.
Do we have a thing on a rope we can throw through and then try dragging it?
I mean, we can attach something to a rope, yeah.
We can try.
Yes, you can certainly try.
Yeah, and we don't want anything to do with the creepy painting room, right?
I sure don't.
All right. That is entirely up to you guys. You don't want any of the paintings? They're very nice paintings. Very nice.
Magic or not, I'm sure they're cursed as fuck.
I have no comment on this matter.
I don't think I have anything that can actually check that out.
You can detect magic.
If it's prepared.
Yeah. Which, yes, it is, to be fair. But I assumed we knew that they were magic, just not cursed or not.
The paintings that are actually in the room, in
Oh.
this like random room here,
Yeah, we haven't
They're
checked
not
them for
moving or
magic.
anything.
But detect
They're
magic
not
wouldn't
moving.
necessarily pick up a curse, per se. Just
they're not moving or anything. They're just there. They're just
Okay.
paintings.
and
As far as you They haven't spoken to you or anything either.
Can at least detect magic. She's got it prepared.
So there is a general layer of magic overlaying this entire place. But
Surprise,
you can
surprise.
assume that surprise, surprise, yes, it's a place where dark and light are reversed. But you can assume that that's just some wild magic effect. The paintings themselves do not appear to be magical at all. They're just very well done paintings.
Is there anything written on them, like artist name or like on the back or something?
Couple of them have small plate on the bottom of them that says "Friends." Make a quick perception check for me.
Ooh.
All right, sure. Yeah, a couple of them have a plate on the bottom that just says "Friends." If you examine them a bit closer, you'll notice there's an artist's mark in the bottom right corner of all of them, and that they're all on the back labeled with the name Realm. Which is the same name that one of the creepy paintings introduced itself to you as.
I call not it for talking to the painting.
So that portal looks interesting.
Let's go throw stuff through it.
So we're gonna go test something.
With science.
Toss a painting through
Sorry,
it.
somebody write this down so it's not just messing around.
Right?
Alright, so you want to head over to the portal and start throwing stuff through it?
Does skywrite count as writing it down? If you write
Close
it
enough.
Can you use Skywrite indoors?
Good question. I guess a part of the sky. I don't know. Does the ceiling count as sky? Does up count as sky?
No, the ceiling does not count. Skywrite, yeah, no, there are no clouds in here for you to use for Skywrite.
That's fine. I don't have it prepared anyway.
Alright, good to know. Yeah, alright. You guys are, you want to go throw stuff through the portal? What are you throwing through?
Just another point to one
Feel
of the
like-
paintings.
I have rope.
So we could just start with a rock and then maybe put a rope on the rock.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find a rock.
We also have a pole that could stand it, lose a few more inches.
But how can you take more inches off of Sadok's pole? Alright.
We'll start with a rock, throw it through, and see if anyone says ow.
You throw the rock through the portal. It vanishes. Nobody says ow.
Okay.
There is no... It vanishes. I don't know what else to tell you.
Something to attach to rope. Pull back through. We still suggest painting big enough to go through and be connected.
Was that a question?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, can I just like hold one end of the rope and
That's
throw
more
the rest of the
suggestion.
flail through?
Yeah, sure.
That could work.
Go for it.
Start with that.
Alright, you hold one end of the rope. You throw the other end of the rope through the portal. It eventually just falls to the ground.
Pull the rope back.
You pull the rope back. It appears unharmed.
It doesn't seem like there's anyone actively defending the other side. Or they just suck at it, one of the two.
Or requires something living to go through.
Does anyone have a gerbil?
How about what, sorry?
What?
Go for the eyes, boo.
As far as I know, none of you has an animal companion.
I mean, we've got Bauer.
Right, I tie Bauer
He's
to
not
a-
wrong.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the first choice is generally put Bauer's head towards it, towards the problem.
All right, I tie one end of the rope to Bauer.
Dangle a carrot. Toss a flagon
Not
of
a
ale
rabbit.
through the portal.
That's better.
It's the food his food eats.
Bauer, do you allow them to tie a rope to you?
I mean, my waist, but might as well.
Didn't even think of that, but yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. All right. Do you want to go through the portal, Bauer?
Fuck it, why not?
Alrighty. Bauer, you go through the portal and you are completely fine.
That was anticlimactic.
I'm glad that I've taught you paranoia so well. Yeah, you head through the portal. The painting right next to the portal is continually telling you guys as you're doing this, by the way, my name is Realm. Just continually looping the same phrase. You're not wrong.
Hmm.
Alrighty, Bauer. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to switch you guys over rather than... Alright, Bauer, you come out to what looks like a dry dock for a ship. But there is no outlet to the ocean anywhere. The area that you're in, the ground is tilted 15 degrees to your left. You find yourself on a ship with propellers and a large tent balloon type structure suspended above you. Around you is some facilities for loading and unloading goods from the ship. A little ways away from you, you see what looks like a small town. The ceiling above you appears to have been caved in. It's not uniform. It's a bunch of rocks all jammed together and mostly just balancing precariously. And above you, there are small wisps of light floating through the darkness.
I'm gonna pop back through the portal and go, guys, come check out my new airship, and pop back.
Airship.
You have my curiosity, and the fact that he was able to pop in and out means I go through.
All right.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, follow along.
You all head through. You all see the same visage. It's a little bit of an adjustment to start walking at 15 degrees at a 15-degree angle, but you all manage just fine. And as you do, a couple of the wisps from above start floating down towards you. They're just little wispy balls of blue and purple light.
Do any of us know what these might be?
Make a nature or arcana check.
Sigh.
Such pretty
So
light.
no.
Such light. Very wow. Much pretty. Holy shit.
Yep.
Oh, Bauer. You saved the day.
These are also his lights.
Yes. You have a sneaking suspicion that these are souls.
That's not creepy.
It's like Final Fantasy X. Bauer has to like have a staff and do a dance. Send all the souls off.
I've never played Final Fantasy X, so I'm gonna go with no.
Ah well.
Okay, if they're souls, whose souls are they?
Kristona just points around at the boat. Former owners.
How many lights are there?
Difficult to count. Because the weird effect that reverses daylight or that reverses light and darkness is still in effect, and they kind of make it harder to see. But you can spot probably at least a couple hundred floating around. There's maybe 5 or 10 that have come down to float around you guys.
If glowing, made of darkness.
Does that 100 seems like a lot for a ship this size?
There is also a town off in the distance, or by distance I mean a couple hundred meters from here. Small
Is the town
but-
also in a cave?
Yep. This is all underground.
Okay. Have I ever seen an airship before?
Roll me percentile dice. They exist, but they're not common.
Hot damn.
Okay, yeah. Not only have you seen them, you briefly rode and saw a little bit of how they work.
Okay, so I could probably guess the crew size based on blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I would be looking for is if I can see past the bladder. Does it look like the roof used to open up?
No, there's no top hatch on the bladder. Oh, the
Not
roof
the
of
roof
the cave. No, the roof of the cave is so the whole. Make a perception check. Any of you have? No, none of you are dwarves. Never mind. Any of you have stonemason's tools or anything like that?
I can
Nah,
swing a
the
hammer.
closest for me would be vehicle proficiency. I don't know if water vehicle proficiency counts for airships.
No. Okay. So the ceiling is clearly like very precariously balanced. It does not look like like any part of it opened up. The whole area that it's in is also tilted. Things are strewn across the deck. Some things are smashed. And if you look around a little bit more, most of this area is very dark, so it allows you to tell that there's a great bit of detritus around the edge of both the town and this dry dock that the airship is in, and at the edge of this cavern that you found yourself in.
Okay. I'm gonna search the ship. First pass will be to see if there's anyone here other than these random floaty souls.
All right. So you search the ship. You do not find any people on board the ship. You find several more very nice paintings of the same group of people that were in that small room. They're performing various. It looks like they're being painted over the course of various adventures. Um, but you don't find any people.
Are there any animals, rats, or anything?
Nope. There is nothing living in this entire place.
Is it just like quiet?
Yes. The only noise here is what you guys have brought with you.
What is the condition of the ship?
Ah. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a couple of checks from you guys. There's no mechanics skill. So I'm just gonna ask for Diggeroy, or sorry, Sadok. You've Smith's tools, right?
Yes.
That's close enough. Make a Smith's tool. Make a int check with proficiency. All of y'all can make Arcana checks and perception checks as well.
I just used religion since it's got the right bonus.
Sounds about right. Maybe Bauer will be your savior on at least one of these things. All right, what do we got? Okay, so the ship is in quite good shape. Hull-wise, she's in quite good shape. Some of the weapons are broken up. Some of them are you're not entirely sure what they are. Looking around it, there's some sort of magic that looks like it's imbued into the hull. That Christona, you would probably recognize as non-detection magic. There's also what look like summoning basins further down in the ship where near the engines, and a much smaller engine than you might expect there to be. These summoning basins are very empty.
Very complete, you said?
Empty. Sorry. So, ship uses the ship. Most of the airships that you've been on, Diggeroy, or the only airship that you've been on, used entirely engine power. It was an augmented magical engine, but still an engine. You're not totally sure what these elemental summoning spots are for.
Right.
How do engines work, Diggeroy?
Classic steam engines, usually?
Yeah.
You, I kind of explained you boil the water, this like a teapot, the steam comes out. You capture that movement, and it pushes things around in circles.
So, potentially summon fire elementals?
That could work. Would have there'd be its own challenges because summoned elementals aren't always totally obedient. But yeah, I guess it could happen. Of course, if they did that, that's not what went wrong here either. Or the whole ship would have burned down. Aside from the summoning portals, the engine looks normal.
Yeah, it's got some extra magical enhancement. It looks like. And
Nobody
some
built a
mechanical-
ship without magic, so
Yeah, there's some extra magical enhancements, some weird mechanical things that you can't make heads or tails of. But on the whole, it looks like a really tricked out engine.
How did it enter this place? Or built
that
here?
I don't know. I don't see how it would have gotten in or out of this cave. I was looking for a door like we have at Visherad, but I can't see it. Okay, here's a question. How hard would it be to teleport something this big?
Hard. Very.
Jonah's
That's
gonna
what I was
search
gonna
around
say.
the walls if she can, or like look around, like get off the ship and look around, like over here, searching for some place where the walls might be not what they seem, or some kind of illusion, or
Make make an investigation. Bauer, there are many buttons to press. So many buttons.
Or
to
please
press.
do not press any buttons. Damn it.
Power. You start randomly pressing buttons. Several of the buttons appear to do nothing. But a couple of them, there's a brief whirring and a brief sparking of magic. And the runes around the elemental summoning basins will light up briefly, and then they'll fade. For the answer of how hard would it be to teleport something like this out, like out of character, 9th level spell difficult, most likely.
Right.
For illusions or anything that might have happened, for illusions you find nothing. For anything that might have happened, make a nature check. Okay. Possible idea. The town used to be above ground. It sank. It looks like. The whole town used to be above ground. It basically sank into the ground. The earth around it fell in just the right way to hold above it and trapped the whole place down here.
great buried city.
Okay. Is the portal, like, permanently affixed to its current location?
Affixed to the airship or just to its like coordinates in space?
Yes.
It looks like it's affixed to its coordinates in space, essentially.
Okay. I think we should go check out the town, too.
Alrighty. While you're searching the ships, make one last perception check for me.
We are really not doing great with our rolls.
Well, it's okay. This is not the worst thing you could. This isn't the worst thing you could.
As long as the giant does sneak up on us, we're okay.
I mean, that worked out okay.
That time.
That was several times a giant snuck up us in that campaign.
Yeah.
All right, Christona, you and Bauer 2 will spot amongst the paintings that are in the ship. One of them is moving, and it looks like it's of a young girl. You spot it as you are heading off the ship towards the town.
Nope.
I just keep walking.
Be like, dig
All right.
away, painting, moving, pointing backwards.
Moving how?
It looked like it was watching you.
Observing.
I'll go take a look.
You take a quick look around. You don't see her again.
Well, that's not comforting at all. But they're all where we left them, right?
Yeah, looks like.
What did that little girl look like?
One second. She's short, blonde hair. Motherfucker. Short blonde hair.
Short blonde-haired motherfucker, got it.
No, this is not Fuck Island. Not everything.
Continues.
Narrated by Samuel L. Jackson.
She was from Fuck Island.
No, all the people from Fuck Island are. What did we decide they were? Rabbit people, beaver people, and dog people? Badger people. That was the last one. The fuckers, the dammers, and the shitters. Short, blonde, maybe 15, 16 looking, scrawny, carries a set of painter's gear, parachute pants.
This is some weird haunted mansion shit.
She's
Parachute pants is
definitely
kind of out of place there, but okay.
She's definitely one of the people who was in the paintings in the room that you guys saw earlier. The room full of non-magical painting.
Friends, quote unquote.
Yes, the people who were painted in the airship were the same group of people in those paintings, including the half.
Kristona's just gonna squint her eyes looking around for it and just be like, why observing without speaking? Pauses a bit before following if nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Go follow them.
I don't know if we want to go to the town now or deal with this now.
Question is if it can be dealt with now, if trying to hide from us where to look.
If we go back to the other paintings, we can talk to Realm, maybe.
For the record, I honestly cannot believe you're considering going back and talking.
I continue to call not it for that.
Considering seemed to be one that made paintings of, making air quotes, friends. We are wary of potential magic and what those friends who they may have been.
Yeah, let's go to town first. I think we may be able to find more there.
Alrighty. You head up to the town. So, just off a little walk up the docks, and you find yourselves in town. So, first glance, it seems relatively normal. Nice houses, a couple of small yards and gardens. Except it's completely quiet. There's nothing living here. There are no birds overhead. There is no movement in the streets, no noise other than what you bring with you. You see supplies and things strewn across the ground as if they were thrown or tossed or dropped. And there are paintings here as well. There is a small pub just ahead of you as well.
Small what?
Small pub, sorry.
Ah. Nothing that looks like there may have been bodies here at all? Anyone that got trapped?
Doesn't look like it. From your 20 nature check, you could probably tell that the collapse happened a long time ago. This didn't fall anytime recently.
Are we talking like that other hidden city below ground?
Yeah, similar time frame to Bakari. Actually, probably longer. Yeah, a little bit longer. 1,500 years-ish.
We have our own Age of Arcanum here.
Sure. Would you like to head anywhere in the town? There are what look like a couple of merchant stalls. There are some more paintings. There's a pub and an inn, and what a structure far in back that looks like it might have been a stable.
Are the paintings that we've all seen, have they been all of people, majority people?
The ones you've seen thus far, unless otherwise noted, have been of people. Some of the ones here are different though. Some of them are of monster-looking creatures. There's one very large one that looks like he's a cloaked figure with wings. There are some of just people who look. They are dressed as mundane people. They're not wearing the same adventuring gear that the rest of them would have been. Most of these ones are faded with time.
With the number of people and paintings we've seen so far, has there been like ones where it's like a bunch of people at once? Would it match up with the amount of like little orbs that we've seen so far? Or getting close to it?
No.
Okay.
The town is not enormous, but there's still more orbs floating around than there would have been inhabitants of this town.
Okay.
Might do detect magic again. Keep an eye on like the paintings and search for more that might have magic on them or something that has magic.
All right. There's a lot of magic here. Let's draw me a quick path through the town that you'd like to take, just so I know where to focus.
Oh, I just noticed there was a map.
Yes. Yes, there is a full map. Sorry. You guys are entering at the southern end of the town. Just next to the pub.
Like that to start?
Alrighty. So you're heading up into a small area with with what looks like a few merchant stalls in it. Any food has long rotted away. Any of the mundane armor has rusted, or any of the mundane armor or weapons have rusted. Excuse me. There are a few paintings around, as well as a few remaining items as well. So, Kristona, you have detect magic on. So, you point out to everybody as some of the paintings begin to peel themselves from the ground and walls and turn towards you, looking to attack.
Yeah, let's point that out. As it's happening, not before it, well, not after it happens.
By the way, guys, you're being attacked.
Oh no!
That's unusual!
Thanks for telling us.
Alrighty. I would like you all to please roll initiative.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you have a higher dex than I do.
I do, but I rolled a 2 for initiative, as I do.
Better than my 1.
As one does. Alrighty, so Doke, as is becoming tradition, you're up first.
Yeah.
There is a big guy who looks like an oil painting of a man with a hood and wings, and he's carrying a large scythe. There's also 2 little squads of much more adorable looking monsters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the big one first. First attack will be with the Dread Ambusher. Oh, I'm assuming the 19 hits, so it'll do an extra 3. Does the
It
15
does
hit?
The 15 will not hit.
Okay. Well, we're gonna keep shooting him anyway.
Alright. Well, 24 will hit. 24 will hit, and your 21 will also. That is 22.
68.
Thank you very much. Alright. He is bloodied.
I'll take a couple steps backwards, and that'll be it for me.
Alrighty. Kristona, there's a bunch of adorable looking gremlins and the big fucker with the scythe.
Yeah.
The big bloody fucker with a scythe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
So-
now bleeding. He is now bleeding red paint.
Okay then.
It's very visibly not blood, it's red paint.
Of course it is. But it's oil paint, right?
Yeah.
So, Donut is going to start running around towards big oil paint bloody fucker, and partway through summon a flame blade and just whack him.
You know, that's not something I actually considered. Does oil paint burn?
Don't know, but gonna
Oh
try.
my, yes. Hence the
Yeah,
name
sure, why not?
oil paint.
Yay, good.
Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, make your flame blade attacks. A 20 will hit.
And I think does this count as something I can use with extra attack or no?
It would work with extra attack, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, yeah, those will both hit. So you deal a total of 42 damage to him, I guess. As your flame blade catches his wounds, and he is his bleeding paint is lit ablaze by your flame blade. So now he is both bleeding and his blood has been set on fire. Good job.
That is so fucking metal.
Good job. It is now these adorable little gremlins' turn to go though. They're just gonna come down, and they're just gonna swarm you guys. They climb around on top of the crates and barrels that are strewn around, and they chitter and chatter as they come to attack you guys. So we're gonna get 2 at 2 of them are going to attack. Diggerway and 2 of them are gonna go for back. Bauer, you're sitting at a 20, right?
21.
21. Okay, those will all miss you then. Diggeroy, what are you at?
18.
Okay, those all miss you too then. They flail at you, but despite their adorable giant ears and single eye, they are unable. Next is the Scythe Man. He doesn't like what Cristona just did to him with the flame blade. Turns
I
out
don't
people
think so.
don't like it when you set. Turns out people don't like it when you set their.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes that's a romantic gesture.
I feel like when it's romantic, it's usually meant less literally.
Mm-hmm. No king shaming, though.
I mean, sure, but there comes a point where kings just become murder. What's your AC?
It's so fucking metal. 17.
All right, those will both get you then.
Yeah.
For 31 points of slashing damage, he catches you twice with his scythe.
Still up.
Meh. And then there's... I don't even know what these things are. This adorable little set of other gremlins are going to try and pile in to attack you, but only 2 of them are going to be able to reach.
Calling them bleppers.
Oof. Alright. That is a further 19 to you.
Yeah, down.
Alright, Kristona is down. As the bleppers come through and they whip you with their adorable little tails and lash at you with their adorable little tongues, and you go down. Diggeroy.
Heck, nabbit. Alright, first things first, healing word on Cristona.
Alright.
Get up!
Walk it off!
Basically. Then I'm going to... I have to do this anyway. Green Flame Blade, the guy in front of me, that's a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
So he takes 7 from the sword, or the spear, excuse me, and another 4 fire, and then the one next to him takes 12 fire. They're still up, aren't they? I'm going to move to there.
Alrighty.
That does
I
provoke
have-
from them.
It does. Fortunately.
Ouch. Both hit. Actually, wait, no.
I thought you said you had 18.
I also have shield.
Ooh.
Excellent. Alright, you shield their opportunity attacks and proceed up next to Cristona to fight the bleppers and the Scythe. Bauer.
You can take them.
The guy immediately ahead of you is the guy who's looking the most hurt. He's on fire. He's not having a good time.
Right, so if he's already on fire, I feel like I should go after someone else and let him burn.
Sure. I mean, you could do that.
So I'll go for the guy on the far right.
Alright. That'll hit. 12 will not hit, unfortunately. But you do get that good 11 in. He is on his last ropes, but he is still standing. Mage
And-
Crasher is beginning to crackle on you.
And because I forgot to do it earlier, so I'll just do it now. But I'll push the guy to the right, or I'll attempt to.
All right. That's so sad. He
They're so
barely
cute.
resists your attempt to push him down. All right. Is that all you're gonna do, Bauer?
Yep.
All right, and that takes back up to the top. Sadok.
All right. I guess I'll try to finish off the big guy first.
All right.
Ugh.
It will not hit. 21 will hit.
So you still up after 20 damage?
Barely.
Barely. All right, we'll do one more hit without sharpshooter. Ugh.
14 will not hit, unfortunately.
Well, it would have been even worse with sharpshooter. That'll be it for me.
The valiant effort.
That's so sad. You rolled min damage on both of them, too.
That was a really bad attack.
Rip.
Yeah, still did 20 damage.
Yeah. Persona, you're up.
Yep. So, stand back up, wipe some blood from the face, resummon the fire blade, and dig into the big guy again.
Go for it. $25 will hit. And that will drop him. So, between the force of the bolts ramming into him, the explosions from them, and his blood literally burning as it comes out of his body, the painted Reaper slowly kind of dissolves into his component paints and splatters across the ground into a blue, yellow, and red splotch of paint. He
And
did.
then, as soon as that happens, she'll immediately just swing the blade to the right there and go after this one then. It's there.
Uh-huh. Nice. Yep. 19 will hit. Is it the top one or the lower one?
The top one, because it would be in the same distance as slashing, like a full slashing motion.
Right. Okay. So you cut your slash through the Reaper and into the Blepper. And he is hurting, but
That's unfortunately what I have.
alrighty. So, Bauer. The gremlins are just, two of them are going to try and get past you towards Sadok. One of them will actually even do it within your range. Actually, both of them can do it within your range. Hey. So they don't provoke, and they go in for the attacks on Sadok. 18 hit you.
18 will.
17 hit you.
A 17 just barely hits. Man, why they gotta start rolling good all of a sudden?
I don't know, man. But they get 3 good attacks in on you, and they slap you with their comically oversized ears to deal 31 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Well, that's rude.
They're very rude dudes. They're giant gremlins. Bauer, a 23 hits you, I believe.
Yes.
One of them will smack you for 10 points of bludgeoning with their ears.
And that's non-magical, right?
That is non-magical. Correct. So, between your heavy armor master beginner level and your parry, you take 2. The Reaper is dead, so we'll take him out of initiative. The Bleppers, they're going to scooch down to try and fight Diggeroy, but the one that Cristona hit is going to try and fight. Alright. The 9 and the 13 are for Cristona. The remaining 6 are for Diggeroy. You're at, what, 8?
18.
So I got a 24, a 23, and a 21 for you.
I'm gonna shield the second two.
Alrighty.
But one hits.
Alrighty. So you take 11 points of... What do we call it? 11 points of bludgeoning damage as one of them bludgeons you with their comically oversized tongue. It's your turn.
So it is. I'm gonna do the same tactic though. I'm gonna green flame. Start with the one just north of me and bounce damage to the one to his right.
Okay. Go for it.
Ah,
An 11 will not hit, unfortunately.
no.
Alrighty. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Alrighty. Bauer, you're up.
So I'll try to push down the one on the bottom right.
Alright. Shit. For a contested check, we reroll it. Yeah, there you go. You shove him down. Alright, yeah, that'll, are those on the one you just shoved down?
Yeah.
Alright, he will die. You straight up kill him. You cut through him, you cut off his adorable little ears and then his adorable little head, and he becomes a green and yellow splotch of paint on the ground. As the magic creating him is
An adorable green and yellow splotch on the ground.
I don't know. How do you feel about green and yellow splotches?
Gack.
Yeah, I figured. Unless you're like weirdly into, I don't know, Jackson Pollock, one of those guys. Sadok, I believe you are up.
I'll go for the remaining one next to me.
Alright. A 12 will not hit, a 20 will. He is still up, but barely.
Alright. How about a 15?
15 will hit him. And he drops.
Take a step back as well.
Alrighty. We will drop those two guys. And is that your turn?
That'll be it.
Alright, Christona, you're up.
Right. This time I'm gonna start with the one in front of Diggeroy in front of me. Oops. Good. Yeah, there we go.
Alright. That will actually just kill him.
Alright.
They don't have very much health.
Cool. Then she's basically going to step onto the corpse and then swipe at the one that she hit before.
Step on the splotch. Go for the other one.
Yep.
Get her.
Yeah.
14 will not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck. Diggeroy, how you doing? Oh,
I'm okay.
you okay? Well, you know what? Fuck it, take it anyway, just in case. Eh. It's something.
You could healing word yourself.
Yeah,
You
but these
have
things
health.
do so much damage that probably wouldn't help me too much anyway.
That's fair.
So you unworded me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Then the gremlins will go for... They will roll 2 24s. And that is a total of 14 damage for you, Bauer, my dear.
So how many of those were hits? Like 2?
2 of them.
One for
You
5
got-
and one for 9. So you take 4.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. These guys, the one that Christona just tried to kill is going to try and... The other 2 will try and kill Digger. They've started rolling really... Christona, 20 hits you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Diggeroy, you have 2 25s and a 19 coming at you.
Take them all. I can't pull out the 25s anyway.
So, Christona, that's a 10 for you.
Down again.
That is 32 for you, Diggeroy.
I am not down. I have 7 hit points.
Excellent. As a bonus action, the 2 in front of you are going to go flat and become paintings on the pavement again.
Huh.
They are still visibly moving and panting, but they are now, instead of 2D paintings standing in front of you, they are now up flat on the... Diggeroy.
Alright, first thing first. Healing word, Christona again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, you're back up.
I can still set these guys on fire, though. I think that should still work. That's the theory I'm going
should.
on. So I'm gonna green flame blade the one to my right and bounce it to the other guy. If it hits.
All right. It's a bit harder to hit them because they're in the ground now. But go for it.
Damn it!
11 will definitely not hit them, unfortunately. I feel your pain. I really do. Is that all?
That is all I got.
Alrighty. Bauer, you're up.
So I guess I'll go for the one directly in front of me first.
Alright. He can't beat that, so he's prone. 14 will hit him. He's just gonna die. He had 4 health left. Oh, shit. That was the wrong one to delete. Whatever. They go on the same initiative as the other ones now. And a 25 will hit the other one. He had 2 health left.
That works.
Yep. So you eliminate both of the remaining gremlins. They become tiny little, Did you just...
I've had problems.
You just drew something and then deleted yourself.
Yeah, I hit the wrong icon and then did that, and then I
Gotcha.
did the selection box over everything and deleted myself.
You did your best, and that's what's important. Oh yeah, shit, you need a new initiative.
I got it.
All right. Good stuff. Yeah. So you turn both of them into a splotch on the ground. The world briefly goes blue, and you think you vanish for a moment, but you head up. Actually, yeah, you kind of can stand on top of them right now because they are paintings on the ground. So you are currently standing on top of one of the bleppers.
I also want to hold like my sword pointed down, daring it to like pop back up.
All right. Sadok, what do you want to do?
There's still one of those things up out of the ground, right?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and shoot at that.
15 will not hit it. 20. And that'll drop it. It is dead.
Alright. That will be it for me, I think.
Alrighty. Christona, you're up.
Here's a question. If I molded earth on the stone that this thing is on at the moment, I move it back away.
That is a very good question.
Or like break it up somehow into chunks. So it couldn't reform as easily.
Can you put the description of mold earth up really quick? Huh. You want to try and break it up?
Yeah, it's like send it in different directions so it can't come back together immediately.
Make a spell attack roll. Okay. So you cast Mold Earth. You split it apart. You cause the colors around it to shift and change as well. And it splits apart, and splits apart, and it will be at least a turn in reforming itself.
Alright. And then she is going to move back a bit.
All right.
And I'll do a healing word on myself. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. On its turn, Bauer, the one you're standing on top of, the one who you've got your sword pointing down at, it's going to unhinge its jaw while you're on top of it and attempt to swallow you. Make a dex save. So, Bauer, as it is underneath you, it opens up its jaw, and the earth underneath you opens up with it. You do your best to avoid falling in, but you fall into a pit and are restrained down there. And it makes a bite attack. A 22 hits you.
Yes, both of those should.
He's rolling at advantage, and I didn't feel like typing the macro.
Ah.
Make a hearty 9 damage.
-1, right? Since it's non-magical, or yeah.
Correct. Diggeroy, you're up.
Okay. So one's trying to reform itself, and the other one ate Bauer.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
They are still attackable. Just being difficult.
I'm going to stab at the one that has not swallowed Bauer.
Okay. It's kind of split up right now. So
Hard
go
to-
ahead. Sorry? Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh.
That'll do
And
it.
inspiration. That's
Uh-huh.
terrible. That's terrible. I hate it. Thank you so much for putting it in there.
Thanks, I
how much
hate
health?
it.
Okay. So that's 8 piercing, plus I'm going to add in the defensive flourish, which is going to do anyway. Which I think should add 12 damage, but only 8 to my AC.
All right, sounds good. So he is not quite dead because he was at full health, but he is very.
Was that Bardic Inspiration or regular Inspiration?
That is regular inspiration.
Awesome.
So go ahead and take yourself some advantage or some inspiration.
I got it.
Alrighty. Bauer. You are currently restrained by the mouth of this blepper who has tried to eat you.
Right. So if I want to try to escape, I have to use my action for that, right?
Correct. But it is an athletics check to escape.
I'm just going to stab him.
Alrighty. Okay,
Oh.
that'll hit. You stab into him from your position inside of him.
There should be a disadvantage, shouldn't I?
Grapple does not impose disadvantage.
But
He's
I'm
restrained. Not,
Oh, restrained.
you do have
That
disadvantage.
would-
A 10 will not hit you. Or will not hit it. A 9 will not hit that. I'm so sorry. So
I'm gonna
you
use my second wind and try it again.
mean your action surge?
Yes, that.
Alright, go for it. Alright, a 17 will hit him. You stab into his gut.
Also +4 from Mage Crasher. Or 5.
Alright, you
counting
stab
that one.
into his gut and let out the energy contained in Mage Crasher, and it screeches at you. You get one more. A 9 will not hit him, unfortunately. He is looking pretty. He is looking like he's bleeding red paint, though, somewhere inside him. Sorry. Zadok.
So, is the one on Bauer like actually out of the ground now, so I can shoot it?
It is still in the ground.
Okay.
It's basically created a sinkhole for Bauer to fall into, except the sinkhole is its mouth.
What about the one above him? Can I shoot that one?
You can certainly try.
All right, we'll go for that one then.
16 will not hit it, a 20 will, and a 28 definitely will. And it feels the force of your blows as it's trying to reform itself, and it splooshes.
It splooshes.
It splooshes.
Sploosh.
Phrasing.
It's that kind of a fight, but okay.
Power just has that effect on him.
Figuratively and literally.
Well, I mean, he is young and pretty now.
He is. My headcanon is that Bauer is now like Bishop.
Oh yeah, of course.
I just figured I made a splooshing sound as I fell in its mouth.
All right.
There's some phrasing.
It certainly was. All right. So Doug, do you want to do anything else this turn? Or are we
That's
just
it
gonna
for me.
make more? Are we just gonna make more sploosh jokes? All right, Christona, you're up.
Okay. So let's go. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my staff, run up and try to just like jam it into this thing's open maw pit.
All right, you can certainly try. Uh, 17 will hit it, and
Booyah.
27 will definitely hit it. All right, the last one splooshes all over Bauer. The pit trap that it created as well disappears, and it forces Bauer up and out with an explosion of green and yellow paint. Bauer, you are freed. You are on the ground, and you're covered in blue and yellow paint. Or green and yellow paint.
Did we just get Gallaghered?
Green and yellow sploosh juice.
Kristona's having terrible flashbacks to waking up in the art gallery.
Okay. So nobody died. That's good.
Correct.
Yeah. I could use a break though.
Yeah, I think it is also break time. Short rest.
Sure.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, it was like a pretty well-known comedian back in the day who used a lot of physical prop comedy and would like bash watermelons with a hammer and just like send them splattering all over the audience.
Gallagher.
Oh. That sounds terrible.
At the time, it was hilarious.
It was acceptable in the 80s.
That's fair. Yeah, go ahead and take a short rest and roll your hit dice. And make perception checks while you're short rest. You see nothing while you are short resting. Digura, you also see nothing while you are short resting.
Yeah, this is fine.
This is totally fine. All right. So you have your short rest. It is quiet here. And you do you want to look around in any of these merchant stalls for anything while
Sort of poke around in them.
Alrighty. So roll a D100. Digura, you said it first, so roll a D100. A 9 is not good enough for this, unfortunately. You find a you find an imitative rope, which is just 50 feet of rope that you can control with simple hand gestures.
I'll take it.
Anybody else want to poke around while you're short rest?
Yeah.
Alright,
Might
roll a
as well.
D100.
Do it.
God.
Wow.
Oh!
Power for the win.
Alright. Power, you find something very interesting. I promise it's not another. I'm gonna let you decide what to do with it, though. Can you join me in secrets real quick?
Oh boy. So D&D Beyond. Fine. So did you find cool stuff?
Just this dusty old ring. Nothing big.
Nothing big.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm not enjoying this too much. You're enjoying this too much.
So I assume you've written it down in your inventory as yet another TPK imminent?
Yes.
Of course.
All right. Sidok, um, you find a magic sack, not a bag, a sack.
Okay. What kind of magic sack? Identify it.
It is a sack called Knick-Knack's Magic Sack. Anytime you what?
You know what you did.
So it is a sack where once per long rest, you can point it at something and say, "Knick knack, get in my sack." And whatever you point it at, inanimate objects are automatically sucked in. Living things get to make a save against your spell save DC to avoid getting sucked in.
So much phrasing.
Interesting. Are you going to add this to the list of magic items?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'm not going to bother writing it out on my character sheet then.
Alrighty.
Just adding it.
And Christona, you also went looking.
Mm-hmm.
You find a cornucopia. It produces fresh fruit and vegetables in abundance every day.
Ooh, this will be very useful.
Yes, I agree. It will be. I'm certain.
Didn't hear any of that.
I am certain it'll be useful. I don't know what you'll use it for. Maybe you'll use it as a veggie cannon. Maybe you'll just feed everybody with it. But I'm certain it will be a.
Why not both?
Exactly.
I can be Gallagher! It all comes full circle.
Mathematic or something.
Alrighty. So that is all you find as you were poking around over your short rest. You finish up. Digoroy finishes playing you the song of his people, and you are now just back in this town.
Okay. What is this building over here anyway?
That building? Looks like it's a warehouse.
Anything in it?
A lot of spoiled food, some rusted metal. Roll a D100 real. There are a couple of souls hiding in one of the corners that scatter when they see you, and they are floating over a pouch of very old gold coin. If you check out the pouch, it has 500 old gold pieces.
Yeah. So if we take that, I think those souls are going to follow us around. I just don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea.
We continue to find things that cause other things to follow us angrily.
The bull isn't following you anymore. He didn't go through the portal.
I just kind of don't want to be haunted, too.
Cursed and haunted!
I mean, we're not currently cursed, are we? Thought we got rid of that.
That you know
Fair.
I mean, they could just be really incompetent.
of.
Just because they're haunting you doesn't mean they're good at it.
Fair.
But if we want to know what's going on, actually having something try to interact with us might help.
I mean, we could also continue looking around and then come back here if we don't find anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. You should do that.
You want to keep looking around or pick up the sack?
Leave the sack for now. Go to the inn.
Alrighty. You head over to the inn. You find a small bar at the entrance, along with a small bar at the entrance where somebody would be standing to set you a place. There's a small sitting room off to the side as well, and a room with a set of 4 beds.
You can sleep here, guys.
Somewhat unsettling. Exactly 4.
How many people were in the pictures from earlier? The paintings?
That is a very good question. Let me count them very quick. Uh, 11 people.
Alright.
Oh no, my mouse has stopped working. Why is it doing that? Never mind, I fixed it.
Hooray!
Okay, yeah. There were 11 people in the paintings total. 11 different people.
Right.
Are you doing anything in the inn, or are you just poking around randomly?
First, we're poking around randomly.
Alright. Make perception checks real quick then. All right. Sadok, Bauer, Diggeroy, well, all of you. You find a set of coins behind the door of the inn. You also find what's just a straight up +2 Great Club sitting under the bar. No fancy enchantments, just no random enchantments, just a bunch on it to make it stronger and hit harder.
+3, you said?
2. +2 Great Club. Yes, this random bar has a +2 Great Club in it. Olden time.
I can't really use that, so.
Yeah.
Can always sell it.
I was gonna say, we can find somebody to give it to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Other than that, there are several ever-burning lamps in here that make it very difficult to see in some places. There is a small furnace in the corner of the bedroom that is still puffing away, untarnished by rust. There's a clock that is still running in here. If you have detect magic up, they all show traces of just abjuration magic to make them more resistant.
It seems like kind of a nice place.
Yeah.
Was.
There is that.
Is there any mention, has like anything been written down that explains like what this place was called or where, like anything about it?
Oh, yes. The inn has what looks like a town name on it. It describes it as the Thamasa.
Anyone know about a place called the Masa?
Roll history. While you're looking around, you find a couple of ledgers that are written in what seems like common, but is basically to common what like Middle English was to us.
Mm-hmm. Cortanas.
Basically, no, none of you have heard of somewhere called Thamasa.
Extremely old.
It's from before. But some of the magic is still standing. That's impressive.
I've seen before the other city. Bukhari.
Yeah.
May predate Bukhari. Yeah, they just don't make sunken cities like they used to.
If we could get in and out of this cavern with a ship, we'd be able to take some of the stuff. Either back to the Viscerad or establish a second base here.
How deep does this seem to be?
At least a few 100 feet.
Perhaps dig up with Warforged someday. We can only
Yes, we do.
excavate a little at a time.
Isidok, you have
Yep.
favorite enemy, human, right?
I do. I mean, it's humanoid, but yeah.
Humanoid. Make a perception check for me. Sorry.
I'll go ahead and use my inspiration on that. This feels like a good time to use it.
No need. She rolled a 5. You used it regardless. What's played is played. But
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't noticed, I'm a fan of overkill.
You don't say. You spot that same painting of the young girl on the inside door of the inn, staring at you all, watching. She's clearly forgotten to try and hide herself.
I will point it out to Diggeroy.
Obviously or discreetly?
Discreetly.
All right. You discreetly point out the girl lounging on the inside door as she pulls out her painter's gear and a canvas and begins to hand paint what she sees before her. The four of you guys.
So she's a painting, making a painting inside the painting?
Yeah.
Yo, dog.
Alright.
Yep.
Okay. Kind of look at her subtly so that she can't see me doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell what she's painting?
Sure. She's painting a scene of the four of you. Poking around the inn, investigating, seeing what there is around. She's watching the four of you as a reference.
All right. I'll turn and look at her.
Yeah, I assume I didn't
And,
see this yet, so.
She looks up at you and starts a moment. Don't mind me. I'm just working.
Indeed.
She goes back.
What was your name?
I'm Realm.
So you are.
Who are you?
My name is Diggeroy. We were wondering. Well, I guess to start with, where are we?
You're in Thamasa, silly. It says on the sign.
Let's see.
She points at the inn sign.
And do you know what year it is?
Nope. I've been down here a while.
I can imagine.
She keeps painting the four of you.
I'll make sure to angle myself so she can get the good side.
You make sure to what?
Angle myself so she gets my good side.
Christina goes, How do you move through paintings like that? What are you?
I am a painting. Well, now I am.
What
I
were
made myself
you?
one. I was a girl. Don't I? She kind of looks down at herself a little self-consciously. Don't I look like a girl?
We assume so.
I think I look like a girl.
How did you make yourself a painting?
I painted myself. And then I did some magic. I don't know. I just wanted to stay around.
But did all the paintings we've seen called themselves Realm, were they all of her or different
Nope.
people?
The two you saw before, who spoke in the same voice as Realm, did call themselves Realm, but were not of her.
Other paintings called themselves Realm. Still you? Did not look like you.
In them, they're just there to keep watch. What are you doing here?
We just came to see what was here.
Have others been here talking to you? Oh no. Nope.
Ring ring hello? Hello,
Yep.
hello,
Hear
hello?
you now.
Yeah.
Beep boop. Testing. Trolls in a tantrum cause terrible trouble.
We hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you. Can you hear us?
You
If you
hear
are
us.
speaking, I can't hear you.
Rip.
I hope that you can hear me. Ah, I can't hear you guys at all.
No.
Rip. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Yeah.
Yay.
yeah.
Sorry, what'd you hear last?
Um, Realm was just telling you that the paintings outside are little bits of her set there to keep watch. And she asked you what you guys were doing here. And I didn't hear anything after.
Ah, I responded with, we just came to see what was here.
Huh. No other reason?
Just exploring.
Then Christona asked whether she had talked to many others that had come down here for similar reasons or not.
Less talking, more other things. So many people who come down here are like those horrible treasure hunters. They've gotten so rude from our day.
From your what? You cut out.
Our day. You know, a while ago.
Still many treasure hunters back then.
No, they were just starting out. Ramus built them up, but then he left. He told me to wait. So I did.
Remus?
Ramus, yeah. Do you know Ramus?
I don't think we've met him yet.
Have we heard that name?
Ramus is that half-elf that Sidok and Bauer met.
Aha!
So yeah, Diggeroy doesn't know this guy.
The same half-elf who showed up in all the paintings.
Huh. That's weird. He shouldn't have been alive this long.
Kristana looks over at Zadok. You know?
I'll briefly mention the encounter Bauer and I had with him.
Yeah, that sounds like him. You met him. He's alive. How? It's been so long. Why hasn't he come to visit me?
He didn't seem fully in control of his fate. That's probably a bad way to phrase it. He gave us this coin though, and I'll show it to her. Do you know anything about this?
She looks at it. Sure. She'll, it appears in the painting as if she's extending her hand, but it doesn't actually leave the wall. Could you pass it to me?
I'll try.
You just push it to her hand.
Yeah, I guess just hold it up to the painting.
She plucks the coin from your hand and takes it into the painting.
Weird.
Yes, it's very weird. She sets her painting stuff aside for a moment. And pulls out a wand and begins casting spells over it, trying to figure out what it is. This is weird. Very weird.
Yes.
He gave this to you?
Yes.
Huh. She looks up at you after a couple minutes of casting spells. Why is there time magic on this?
I was kind of hoping you could tell me.
Huh. Ramus had a lot of weird magic, but none of it was time magic.
Well, maybe he's learned a few tricks.
Maybe. He'd have to. He's Ramus. Could you stand back a second?
I will take a few steps back.
She kind of holds the coin out in front of her experimentally. And then she flips it into the air in her painting and catches it. And a puff of light appears from where it hits her palm. And Realm is suddenly no longer a painting. She is a young human, standing in front of you all, holding Ramus's coin.
Blink.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Holy shit! She kind of stares down at herself. I didn't think that would work.
Kristana just looks very confused.
I put a bit of magic in and I hoped it would rewind me. And it did. Holy shit. And Ramus gave you this.
Yes.
Our Ramus.
It,
The
a
dumbest thief
Ramus.
in... Sorry?
It was a Ramus.
The dumbest thief in all of, Yualia?
So you should call him the dumbest thief?
Yeah.
Possibly. Didn't really get a chance to get to know him. More just a
Silver
passing.
armor? Treasure hunter insignia? Half elf?
Yeah.
That's probably him.
Does she still have the coin, or did it disappear?
She has the coin still. She tosses it nonchalantly to you.
I will catch it. Does it still have the magic on it?
It sure does.
Interesting.
It's a little depleted right now, but well, if you've met Ramus, could you do me a favor?
Possibly.
Hmm?
Could you bring him here?
I don't know if we'll see him again.
I don't know, but if you do, and if you can, could you bring him?
Glance at Diggeroy before saying, of course.
If we meet him, we'll send him here and help him get here if we can.
If
Good.
Can said he had little control, right?
Yeah.
So it seemed at the time.
He told me to wait here. And I've been waiting so long. And if you come back and you give it to him and you bring him, maybe you can figure out a way to get the ship going again. Our good old Falcon.
Falcon?
The
Do
ship.
you
It was
plan to
For a
stay?
ship.
Rames's.
Do you plan to stay here all by yourself? I mean, if you're not a painting anymore, that might be difficult.
Realm looks quizzically at you. What do you mean?
I mean, food, company, that sort of thing.
I have all the souls for company. I don't need company.
And food.
Who were souls?
She pulls out another bit of canvas from Hammer Space, and doodles a quick loaf of bread on it. Presses her hand to it, mutters a couple of words, and a loaf of bread, freshly baked, emerges from the canvas. I make my own food.
Fair enough. I don't suppose I could trouble you for a slice of cake.
Before we get back to the Souls question, yes.
I love cake. Ooh, let me just make a whole cake real quick. She starts designing a very extravagant cake.
I'm okay with this.
Could be Soul Cake. Just saying.
Her magic's probably not fueled by the souls here.
Probably.
Good enough for me.
Like, I ate a baby soul once. Just once!
Only once.
You sacrifice one virgin.
To the cake gods.
Suddenly they're all calling you the unholy. No, she designs a very fancy cake. She does the same thing as before. She presses a hand to it, mutters a couple more words this time, and pulls the cake out of the page, including a
Is that like a
lovely serving
completely
plate.
weird style of magic to us?
Yes,
Okay.
there is. This is very non-standard magic.
Old magic is strange.
To be fair, new magic is often strange as well.
Here, cake. She puts it on the ground and pulls a couple, goes rummaging in the inn briefly, and pulls out a set of forks and knives.
I will eat some of the cake. I mean, it'd be rude not to.
It's a very good chocolate cake. It's got some very nice flower decorations on top as well. It's got like some strawberries shingled on top. It's very good.
Shona is hesitant but tries some. Never had cake before.
So, Bauer, feeling different, full, damned, queasy.
That's quite a list of options.
Maybe a little tired.
It feels like normal food for now.
Well, that doesn't sound ominous or anything.
I'm sorry. I've just learned to add lots of qualifiers on the ends of sentences while I'm DMing. It feels fine for now. You don't see any traps. There's nothing. You don't see anything suspicious. They don't appear to be lying.
Realm,
It's a reflex at this point.
you created monsters also? Going back out towards the street.
Yeah. I had to stop the treasure hunters. They were being very rude. They wanted to take my ship. They wanted to take our stuff. Some of them wanted to take my paintings. And that was just terrible. Couldn't let them take my paintings. They're all I have left of them now.
Them?
My friends. They're all gone. She looks a little sad. Puts her head down.
What happened to rest of town?
Oh, the town died. We cleared out all their bodies. But everyone else left with Ramus. They told me I was too little and that I had to wait. So I waited.
Too young to evacuate?
Too young to fight.
Fight?
Ramus said something about a war. Told us the Silver Breeze can't sit out of a fight. Especially not one for freedom. Ramus was weird.
How
Yes,
old
Silver
does
Breeze?
Rem? How old does Realm appear to be?
Realm appears to be like 13, 14-ish. The
Okay.
oldest. Yes, Silver Breeze.
Have we heard of the Silver Breeze? Ever?
Make a history check.
Nope.
Nope. Christona, nope, not with a 12.
1 second. Run back up. Ha! How about an 18?
Snoke, swap channels with me.
Da-da-da.
Alright.
Everything is fine. Do not
Welcome
panic.
back.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
No more TPK items here. Nope. No, sir.
Nope.
Nope. Hey, welcome back. We're all back. Everything is fine.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of the souls here, whose souls are they?
Realm just kind of shrugs. They just collect here. There's Ramus showed us a couple more of them back in the day. My grandpa's had some explanation for them. Something about souls gathering while they waited to be reborn. Souls that didn't want to or couldn't go to the afterlife. She shrugs. I don't know. He used a lot of big words, and he was very old.
Okay.
Is there anything about this particular area that would, I don't know how to let's see how to explain this. Are there like ley lines in the earth that would be like pulling souls here for some reason?
Yeah, there's ley lines all over Yualia. This one in particular, the Thamasa kind of sits on an intersection of a couple of them. Yeah, as a druid, you'd be familiar enough to tell. We'll just give this to you. Thamasa sits on an intersection of conjuration and necromancy ley lines. So it forms a good place for souls to gather.
Which does not make it non-creepy.
Yes.
Oh, it's definitely still creepy, as you've seen.
But not unexpected.
Can we help the souls move on? Are they trapped here, or are they just choosing?
Some of them choose. Some of them can't. Some of them are angry and just never move on. Keep coming back, trying to do the same things over and over. Like my dog when he used to beat his head into the wall.
Can they hurt us?
Oh, I've never seen them hurt me. They just get close sometimes.
Okay. What was the guy's name? The half-elf?
Ramus.
When we find Ramus, maybe we'll talk to him about how to maybe help these.
Okay. Ramus won't know, though. He's pretty dumb.
But seemed to know about the war. Who was fighting?
Ramus was fighting. And his buddy Nolan. And
Fighting what?
they weren't really friends. They're allies? Old allies? He said it was important.
Silver Breeze mentioned. Do not know that.
Ah, here are their names. Alrighty. So, yeah. I probably should have given you all of this originally. I'm an idiot. So, post Cataclysm, way back. 6 heroes get proclaimed as heroes of Yualia, responsible for making sure it's not completely destroyed. Yualia is still shattered and broken, but it's alive, and people still live on it. And there's a group of 6 people who the gods hold up as responsible for that. The Silver Breeze is one of them. So Silver Breeze is one of them. The current primordial of the Druids is one of them. A fellow named the Runemonger, or Gecken Fritz Ambros Runemonger, who founded the university at Aventine, is another one. You had a brief run-in with a slave from Helgi Domer. The Primarch of Helgi Domer is another one of them. And the two others you haven't had any direct contact with. One of them founded Helgi Domer's rival nation, Carpathia, and the other one is a fellow named Nolan Earthdream, also known as the Betrayer.
And she said Ramus went to fight with the Silver Breeze?
Ramus
against?
is the Silver Breeze. He
Yep.
went to fight alongside
The
Nolan.
Betrayer. So the three heroes split 3 and 3. This is common knowledge. The three heroes split 3 and 3, and took sides in what became the Betrayer's War. I think the common knowledge timeline is still pinned somewhere. So I'm going to avoid just reciting it off to you guys.
Yeah, it's in Discord.
Yep.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep.
Aha.
So you can check that out for further information. But yeah, Silver Breeze is held up as basically being the greatest thief ever and the establisher of the Treasure Hunters Guild.
Huh.
As far as most people know, he kind of just vanished during the war, and no one quite knows what happened.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Okay. Does she know how to get out of here?
Oh yeah, just go back through the portal. It'll take you back out to the caves, and you can head out from there.
Thinking over everything, then. Oh. Realm, we have question. Pull into her bag and take out the cornucopia that she found. May we have this to take to allies in need of food where we are from? Trying to make our own, but slow progress on land.
Sure. I don't need it.
Thank
I make
you.
my own food.
Did not wish to steal, since you said treasure hunters were taking things.
Yeah, but they keep trying to take the ship. The ship is mine. And Ram.
We understand. Yeah, none of us heard Bauer claim the ship for Bauer because he went through first.
That goes for you too, Mr. Pretty Boy, she says, looking at Bauer. My ship. I'll fight you for it.
Okay. It's yours, got it.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, okay, your ship, got it.
Oh, one more. You have not seen any black corruption, some rot growing down here.
Nope.
Give a nod at that. If sea, stay away, has been corrupting the land and living things that touch it, or non-living.
That sounds bad.
Very bad.
I better paint some cleaners for just in case.
Fire works very well.
Oh, I'll paint some more of those balls. Oh, that would be nice. Do you want any paintings to take with you?
Could you
I could
paint
paint
a
you a-
ship?
No, the ships won't fit on my canvas. I could paint you a dog. Yeah, I could paint you a nice dog. He could help you find Rammus.
If could you paint a parrot?
You want a parrot? A parrot won't help you find Rammus.
Spend much time on boats.
Yeah, a dog wouldn't really help. Maybe a cat?
I could paint you a parrot and a cat.
Kristona's fine with any animals, really.
I'll paint you a cat and a parrot and a flaming bull.
Wait, wasn't
need
there
to
still a
practice.
flaming bull?
No, it's on the other side of the portal.
Ah.
They tried to get it on Bauer's shield. It didn't.
Did not work.
So close.
So close. So Realm is going to take a couple minutes and paint you guys a cat and a parrot. They are both Diggeroy, the parrot, leaps from the page, flies around a little bit, and then lands directly on your shoulder as
Excellent.
Realm sizes you up. Looks good. Looks good. Now for the kitty. You're gonna have the best kitty ever. He's gonna catch so many rats for you. Rats are the worst. She says that like she's confiding some deep secret to you.
They are though.
Right?
Not always. Have
They
good
eat
information.
all the food. She starts painting out a very nice, short-haired calico cat, who emerges from the page after Realm says a few words and starts circling around between everybody's legs and purring. You wanted a bull, right, pretty boy?
Yes.
I'll only give you the bull if you promise that it's my ship and Ramos's. Both of ours.
Yes, I already said it was, so I agree.
Awesome. Okay, now hold still. Otherwise, you'll have a very ugly bull on your shield. She starts painting on your shield while you're still holding it.
Christina pets the cat. Oh no! Oh no!
Much better. Much
They're
better.
like 2D animals, right?
Yeah. No. Once she spawns them off the page, they are 3D.
Nice.
They're well, I'll find stats for you later. They appear to be ordinary, an ordinary cat and an ordinary parrot. They have a couple of advantages though, and I will post those up later. Bauer, Realm paints a flaming bull upon your shield, presses a few words to it, or presses her wand and says a few words, and the bull snorts, breathes a little bit of fire, scorches a bit of your shield at first, but then looks up at you and snorts and lowers his head. Now, if you say the right words, he'll breathe fire. But he can only do it so much before he gets tired. Don't make him work too hard, or he'll die. And that would be sad. Don't kill him.
I will do my best.
Okay. She'll whisper a couple of nonsense sounding words in your ear to make the bull do its thing. The words are Flibberty Gibbet, chocolate egg cream. Say that, and it'll breathe fire for you.
Sweet, thank you.
Do you want to stay for dinner? I'd like to eat with people. It's been a long time. She kind of looks a little bashful and does her best to give you guys the puppy eyes.
I don't think we're in any particular rush.
No, we can say.
Great. Great. I'm gonna clean off one of the tables then, and I'll make food, and you just sit and be comfortable. You're my guest. Guests. And it's important to be nice to your guests. So sit. Stay.
Just in case.
Realm seems really lonely.
Oh. Okay. Cristiano will pick up the cake off the floor and take it to a table.
It's on a serving plate on the floor, to be fair.
I'll pick up the serving plate and put it on the table.
Okay. Thank you. Will you let me draw? Will you let me paint you all?
I'm gonna say yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Jonah looks a bit confused after seeing, like, the cat and stuff. Would we turn into... And then she points at the cat. Just completely curiously.
No. Not unless I make it happen. You're the first people who've come by in a while who haven't been jerks.
We understand. Friends, like, in the room? Pictures?
Friends. And she looks up and hesitantly smiles at the group of you.
Jonah will wander over to the table and sit down and look around.
Smile back at her. Let her get to painting food.
Okay. So Realm will busy herself with a few canvases, painting up some food for you all. Painting up some food for you all. She sets it all on the table for you, hot and ready. And then she pulls out a bigger canvas and starts painting the four of you sitting at the table. She's added herself into the scene. She continues to paint. It is a beautiful, beautiful scene.
Out of curiosity, down here, what has been all the light sources underground here?
There aren't any.
Hmm.
The same darkness to light thing is still in effect.
Right.
It's also providing, if for those of you who might be curious, it's also in effect providing sunlight for the plant.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Sunlight for the what?
For the plants.
They're photosynthesizing the darkness.
That's.
Yeah, to be fair, as they were probably looking around this area, Cristona was very interested in that. But then again, at the same time, she kind of knows that from similar plants in the Underdark.
Oh, for sure, but these are very obviously surface plants. They came
Yeah.
down here with the massa when the town fell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Realm sets up her painting. Starts painting all of you. And I'm gonna ask all of you to make charisma saves real quick.
Oh boy.
Well,
No, too cute.
Everybody but Diggeroy. You feel as if while Realm is painting, you can tell that she puts some of herself into the painting, but it almost feels like she's putting some of you three into the painting as well. Digora, you are unaffected by this. You are otherwise fine.
Like some of our
What?
life force.
A little bit. But she continues to paint, and when she's done, she sets down her brush and joins you all at the table, and raises a glass in as a toast. To friends, new and old. She smiles a little.
Friends. And awkwardly holds up the thing like halfway, not really knowing how to do these still.
Diggory joins the toast.
Yep, same.
Yes.
You all clink glasses, set into the food, have a lovely evening of wine and dining. And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Ghost party!
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, I feel like we should try again at next session when we leave to see if she wants to come with us.
If she can, too.
Yeah, we don't know how the heck any of this worked.
I mean, I guess it depends how much the coin restored to her.
The coin, out of, well, the coin basically rewound her to a point before,
She became a
coin
painting.
basically rewound her to a point before she put herself into the wall.
Right.
Before she
So-
made herself a painting.
Yeah, so like I don't think there's anything keeping her here, unless there was something keeping her here to begin with. But
Like she said, Ramus asked her to stay.
hmm.
That's basically her reason for being there.
So we need to convince her that it's better to wait for him somewhere else.
I mean, it has been roughly 1,000 years.
Yeah.
1300 actually, I think, more or less. Exactly 1300, I think.
What's the
No,
current
not
year?
quite. 1498.
Ah, yeah, about 1,300.
So we are exactly 1,200 years since the end of the Betrayer War.
No, the Betrayer War ends in 198. Is when the
Right,
final
and
battle
we're
ends,
in...
where Nolan Earthdream is allegedly killed.
Right. You said the current year was 1398?
14.
1498. So minus 98 minus... Yeah, 1,300 years, you're right.
It would be very awkward if I told you the wrong starting year. But yeah.
Time travel! Time travel!
Let's not count out time travel just yet.
Wacky hijinks!
You do have 2 chronomancy coins.
Yeah, we're going to need some new verb tenses, I think.
We'll see. Depends on where you guys want to go with this.
Or do you mean when we want to go with this?
Time for tea.
Whose time? What time?
How time?
I'll do one better. Why time?
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. I really enjoyed this. I'm glad you guys liked Realm. I wasn't sure how that was gonna pan out.
I was
Yeah,
expecting her to be
stop.
creepier, and she wasn't. So
She's just a very lonely girl who's she's a very lonely girl who's been stuck in a cave for almost all of her life.
I can feel
She
that.
might be creepy. She might be creepy. It is entirely unintentional, though.
She's not creepy. The paintings in the earlier place were creepy.
That's fair. Anything that speaks in the voice of a small child is kind of inherently creepy. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, my dudes and dudette?
Not at
Oh,
the moment.
good.
Not at this time, no.
Alrighty. Cool.
Thinks the dog's got the nom.
Can I give it to
Yes.
Realm for the holy shit? Because that was fucking hilarious.
Oh, thank you. Alrighty, I will note down Realm for that. Yeah, Knickknack's Magic Sack is also in Magic. It should be
Okay,
available for you to see as well.
cool. Thanks.
No problem. And Bauer, don't forget about your thing.
Yes, I have it extra noted.
Does inspiration carry over?
Sorry?
Does inspiration carry over?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right. This was a good session, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Huzzah.
Thanks for that. All right. I think I need to get back to work, unfortunately.
Yeah, I gotta go pack.
Yeah. So I will see you guys next week then.
All right.
Good night, peeps.
Yeah,
Have a good
night.
one.